Hey crafters, and welcome to Creative Moments by G. I'm G, and we are doing our YouTube Live, our first one for the month of May. We want to welcome everybody. Now, if you are watching the rebroadcast, welcome. If you're new, go ahead and put new down in the comments below. We'd love to know who is new to our channel. And we love our comments, so comment freely if you like our video or not. And hold on just a second because I think my computer is on, so Maudie is going to talk to everyone. Hang on. I'm back. Oh my goodness, I had my computer on in my office and so I could hear me talking. That was driving me crazy. Hey Melissa, so happy that you're with us tonight. We are going to be working with a card that we like to call faux linen. So we're going to create our own faux linen. But as we wait for people to hop on, I want to remind everyone that, we got an extra paper pumpkin kit. Somehow we ordered it. I don't know how. Who knows? So we're going to share this with someone tonight. And this is that beautiful April paper pumpkin kit that we just love. Hey, Joan. Welcome, Darlene. Good to see everyone. So if you haven't looked at our alternatives on YouTube, you need to do that just to give you an idea in case you're the lucky winner. But this is going to be at the end of the video. And we're looking at, of course, comments, chats with Maudie. Now, who's Maudie? Maudie is my sister, and we are on this crafting journey together. So if you are new to our channel, go ahead and pop new in the comments so that you can meet Maudie and she'll say hi to you. I get kind of busy with crafting the cards, so I don't always see the comments. But we have Carol from Connecticut. And I would encourage you to take a moment, share this video. Let's get some more friends on. Always makes it more fun when you have lots of friends. Tisha, thank you so much. She already gave us our thumbs up and she shared. You know what? I know we talk about that a lot, but to creators on YouTube, that means so much. When you share and you give us a thumbs up underneath the video, that means the world to us because it shows to YouTube, hey, pay attention to these creators. They're doing a pretty good job and we appreciate that. So let me just see, Linda from our area, welcome. Well, let me see, let's head down to the crafting table and let's get started because we're going to create two cards together and they are faux linen. And you're probably saying, what the heck is faux linen? Now let me show you this and let me see if you can see it. I'm not sure if you can see it. Hey, Sandy, Kathy, so happy you popped on. But can you see how it's kind of crinkled a little bit, this area right here? Yes, that is our faux linen. And we are going to share with you 3 additional cards at the end. So stay with us to the very end. In addition, I'm going to tell you the secret word to put into the chat so that you can be considered to be randomly selected to win that paper pumpkin kit, which by the way is new and has never been opened. So I want to see, have y'all paid attention to my shirt? Can you see it? I don't know if you looked at it. It's a daisy shirt, and that is fantastic because we are working with one of our cards tonight with our new stamp set, Cheerful Daisies. Thank you, Carol, for sharing and liking our YouTube. We appreciate that. Maybe we'll have some of your friends pop on. Oh my gosh, we love this stamp set. It has dies and layers and stamps. And just to give you a little, do you want a little sneak peek? I'm going to give you a sneak peek. See this card? That's a card we're going to make on May 9th. And so we have that video up for you. It's on Technique Tuesday, and it shows you how to do this fantastic technique. Hey, Darlene, you love the daisy shirt. Thank you. Well, let's get to making our first card, right? So we're going to bring in our paper just so we don't get our stamp on everything. And I want to show you, this is just your tissue paper that you put in gift baskets. Now, Maudie and I had a gift basket business for 13 years in our spare time, right? We did gift baskets, so we have lots of tissue paper. So just take some tissue paper, and we're going to put it, let me see where, so you can see it. I want you to be able to see it. Okay, we're going to put it right there. And I want you to notice, I cut it just a little bit bigger than the first mat because we're only going to have one mat on our card. So what I want you to do, if you don't do this one step, you're going to end up stamping all over this tissue paper, and then you're not going to concentrate heavily on this middle part. So go ahead and lay your mat down on your tissue paper and just put a mark just right here so that you know the area that you really want to focus on in terms of stamping your image. Now, I would not recommend that you put any removable tape on this because it is so delicate. Let me show you the colors we're going to use. Here we go. We're going to use Garden Green, Granny Apple, Daffodil Delight, Pumpkin Pie, and we're bringing in our new color, Pecan Pie. Who doesn't love pecan pie? Let me know in the chat, what is your favorite pie? Now, I think my favorite pie is, and Maudie will have to correct me, but it's lemon chess, right, Maudie? Isn't that what Mother used to make us? Lemon chess. Oh my goodness, that's wonderful. But we'll wait to see what Maudie has to say. Put in the chat, what is your favorite pie? But we're going to go ahead and use this pecan pie for the center of our daisies. So let's bring in our daffodil and our pumpkin pie. Now, the base of it, this is a two-step process. So the base of it is going to be the daffodil. And look at this beautiful color. Now, remember, I've already made my marks so I can concentrate right there. Now, you need to be careful when you lift it up because you don't want to tear your tissue paper. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, my goodness. And then also pay attention. Remember the tip we taught you about putting a black mark at the top. That helps you when you have to come in with that second stamp. So I'm just going to put a little bit right here. And then I'll put one right at the bottom. Because the more you have covered of this faux linen, the prettier it's going to be. Oh, berry pie, lemon meringue, cherry, lemon chess. Yep, sis said lemon chess. Cherry pie. Oh, I love all those, guys. Okay, so now we're going to bring in the second stamp that goes with this flower. And you know, you can do black, and we did black, and stay with us till the end because I'm going to show you one that we stamped in black. But it just looks a little harsh. And so Maudie recommended that we go with something that isn't quite as dark as the black, and I absolutely agree with her. So we're just going to come in and stamp over that. I'm going to try real hard not to get my hair in the picture. But when I do that, it might not stamp exactly in the right place. But that's okay. Oh, but it's doing a pretty darn good job. Okay. And I'm telling you, that dot on the top of your stamp really helps you make sure that you stamp it in the right place. Hey, Tisha. Oh, pumpkin pie. You know, I don't know. I don't want to say anything mean against pumpkin pie, but I just have never really liked pumpkin pie. Although Maudie made some fantastic keto, I don't remember what they're called. Maybe she can tell you in the chat. And it was supposed to have bananas with it. And she made it, and we weren't real thrilled with the smashed bananas. But she added pumpkin pie, and I loved it. Oh, my goodness. Maudie, tell everybody what those were called. I can't remember. Like brownie bites. It was so good. Okay, so we have our big flower already stamped. Now I'm going to bring in a few of these little flowers. This comes with that bundle. So let me see. I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to stamp orange. So let's do pumpkin pie. And just bring in a few of those. Remember I said the more that you have, the prettier it will look as a background when you do this faux linen. Okay. Now I'm going to put that to the side, and now I'm going to bring in the leaves, and we are going to stamp two colors. We're going to have garden green, and I think I will use the dark ones for that. Now, okay, I will give you a little tip. Our stamp is already starting not to grab as much, so you can clean it with a little bit of soap water and it will stick really well. So let's just go ahead and add some leaves. Look at those. Oh, loving this. And there's still one thing we need to do with this. I'm going to put two leaves there. I'm just going to fill up this space because we want all the area that we can filled up. It just looks so much better that way. Okay, we'll get one over here. Look at how pretty that's looking. Okay, Pat, welcome. So happy that you're with us. Now we are bringing in another, where is that one? I don't think I have that one. Let's see. I thought I had it, but I guess I was missing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in our speckled dot now to go ahead and speckle a little bit of it. And this one, I think I will speckle with the Daffodil Delight. Because like I said, you really do want as much of this covered as possible. Look at that. And it just does it very lightly, but just enough. And then, of course, we still have to do the middle of our daisies. Okay. Okay, and using the pecan pie, oh my goodness, we love this color. Darn it, Pat, you're having some issues. Well, everyone loves the Derby pie. I wish I knew what Derby pie was. I don't think I've ever heard of that before. Derby pie. So we're just going to grab that pecan pie, and we can stamp off and then stamp it. It's very light, or we can stamp it a little darker. I like it a little darker. I'm going to go ahead and, there we go. I think I'm going to stamp over this one because I want it a little darker. Okay, and now the fun part. Okay. Here we go, and now to make it look like faux linen, we get to crumple it. Now you need to be careful because remember, tissue paper is delicate, but look at this. How exciting is this? How often do we get to crumple paper? Not very often, right? Okay, now when you take it apart, be very careful because you don't want to get rid of those wrinkles. That's what makes it look like faux linen. And it's almost kind of hard to tell which is the top part. So we're going to put that right here. And we are going to bring in our pumpkin pie top fold. Now I want to remind everyone that our measurements are over right now. Can you believe it? I got it done early. Over on creativemomentsbyg.com. But there's not a lot of measurements because you only have a first mat. And you want your first mat to be white because it'll really show through that tissue paper. Now you could use colored tissue paper, but we have found that it really looks best with the white. So now we're going to move over and we will add this right like this. Now I can already tell that I might need some more leaves right here. So let's go ahead and just get those stamped. And I'm going to stamp them in another color. Now I did have another one that I wanted to use, but well, I don't have it. So we're just going to use this one. Just going to use our light Granny Apple and put one right here. There we go. Now, you can do this next step in several ways. You can grab you a little squishy sponge, and you can dab your glue in it so you don't get anything on your fingers. Or you can just go ahead and just put some lines of glue right here. Now, I would recommend that you grab your silicone mat, because it will not stick to your silicone mat. So we're going to just lay it where we need it to be. I think about right here. And I'm going to put my silicone mat over it and just press down. That way we don't get our fingers all gluey. And just lift it up. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love it. I love it. Now, let me show you another technique that you need to do. Flip it over to the back. And because we don't want all this extra stuff on here, we're going to miter the edges. And so just go ahead and kind of cut at a slant each corner, and that will cut out some of the bulk. Okay, let's get that thrown away. Now, remember, don't put this down on your paper. It will stick to your paper. Go ahead and get your silicone mat down and put it down. You want to protect that because that tissue paper is very delicate. And now we're just going to turn our paper. So let's go ahead and get some glue right here and just do this to it. Look at that. See, that's all you have to do. Now turn it. Going to get a little bit of glue right here. How is everybody's weather? We are having some beautiful weather. Now, of course, it's always windy out here in the Southwest, but oh my goodness, it's starting to get warm and summery. We are loving it. We haven't had any rain yet, so if you have rain, you need to send it to us, okay? Okay, we're just going to very lightly tap that down, trying hard not to get your little fingers sticky. And look at how pretty this is. Now, of course, you can put another mat down if you wanted to. And I'm going to show you one that has two mats. Look at this. Oh, don't you love these flowers? There is so much you can do. And because this bundle has overlays, it creates a beautiful flower. Hey, Patricia, would you please send your rain to us? We need some rain. In fact, I can't have my air conditioner on when I do this live because it has a humming and it would drive you crazy and drive me crazy. And so I'm a little bit hot right now. Okay, so I'm gonna, just in case this has some glue, I'm gonna flip it over and I'm going to add this right to the front of my card. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? I love this faux linen. Such a great technique. And you know, if you are creating graduation cards or birthday cards, this is something that they would say, wow, how in the world did you do that? And then, of course, you can say it's a card, handmade card secret. Now, once again, use your silicone mat to push down. Oh, okay. The Kentucky Derby's tomorrow. You know, Melissa, I didn't know that because I don't watch the Kentucky Derby, but man, I bet that would be so much fun to go to the Kentucky Derby. Oh my goodness. And you could drink, we could wear the big hats. We need to all meet there. And we could drink mint juleps together. Well, I am so happy to hear that everybody pretty much is having some good weather. Okay, so I'm just going to lift this up and look at that. Isn't that bright and cheery? Oh my goodness. Now we need to add the inside. Now, I always like to add something right here. So let's go ahead and stamp one of our beautiful flowers. Let's do our background. And I'm making sure that my dot is right at the top. Just going to put it right there in the corner. And then we're going to bring in our pumpkin pie. We're going to add this right in the corner. Oh, look at that. Looking pretty. And now we're going to bring in our wonderful pumpkin pie. Nobody said pumpkin pie. How funny. Do y'all not like pumpkin pie? Or do you wait until Thanksgiving to have pumpkin pie? So we're going to go ahead and do this. Now, I will give you a little caution. When you do this, we used a dark blue on one of our cards and found that it bled because the tissue is so thin. So be really mindful of that. If you have a gooey, rich stamp pad, you may not want to use it on this technique. So let's go ahead and bring in our leaves again. And I think I want to stamp the granny apple. I love this technique too because it's so easy. And, you know, we like easy sometimes, right? We just want it to be easy. It's kind of like that graduation card I was telling you about. It is such an easy card to make. You'll love it if you check it out. Okay, so let's add this down. Let's just get this added to our card. Okay. To the inside. And you know, a lot of times people might say, why do you add a mat to the inside if you have a white card? We do that because it is kind of flimsy and we're trying to make it a little more stable, right? No, Carol, pumpkin pie is not the secret word. But that's a very good guess. Okay, so we're still not through, right? Now we went ahead and we added this. We stamped this. Is that not beautiful? Look at that. And remember, all of our supplies will be listed below this video. So if you're interested, you can pick those up. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to go ahead and I like to tip the edges. And the way I tip the edges is I open up my stamp pad and I just put it down and I let it soak in. And look at that. Can you see that? It just barely tipped it, but just enough to make it really stand out. And I know the question that I wanted to ask everybody. Oh, don't you love that font, Darlene? Love it. In your area, you need to tell Maudie and I, is there anyone out there that has a fantastic festival in the fall? Because I am ready to go to a really cool festival. And we don't really have any in this area, like a pumpkin, a fall festival, a Halloween, Christmas. Of course, there can't be a lot of snow because I don't want to drive in the snow, but let us know in the comments, do you have a fun festival close to you that Maudie and I could go to? I would love to go to something that's fun, and you know, I've always dreamed of going to like a cranberry festival where they have I think they're called bogs, and you can get out in there and do something. I don't know what you do. So let us know if you have any fun festivals for the fall. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this right here, just right on the left-hand side. And we are through with this one. What do you think? Aren't those flowers pretty? Let us know if you love this. Let us know. You can just put Daisy in the comment if you love this. I love this. This is great. But let's go ahead and move on to our next card because we're going to use a completely different stamp set. Now, I need to get this over here and get this out of the way. I have a lot of stuff here. We are going to use the two-tone floral. Now, is there anyone that doesn't just love this? Oh, ooh, Lisa, that sounds like fun. The Moose Festival at the end of August. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to check that out. That would be a great time to go. Don't we all love this? We love the way these flowers stamp. So we're going to use this one. And once again, we have taken our tissue paper. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you for all the daisies. Love, love this. I have really loved this card. Now, once again, you want to make sure that when you use your tissue paper, you don't have all this excess down here. So I'm going to go ahead and just put our mat, and I'm going to cut just a little bit of it off because we don't want all that on there. And in fact, I can cut a little bit off the side. Because if you have too much, then you're decorating too much, and then it won't be on your mat. Now remember, the technique that we use is we go ahead and we just kind of draw a line right here so that we know where to stamp our flowers. Now I'm going to bring all my flowers up from my tray. And I'm going to show you the colors that we're going to use. We are going to use one of our new colors, Azure Afternoon. Doesn't that sound like we're almost bilingual? We're speaking French. Night of Navy and Calypso Coral. I love that. Hey, Nancy, welcome. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring in our base, and our base will always be the lighter color. So let's grab that, and once again, remember, you have to be very careful with this tissue paper because it is delicate. We know that's the edge, so we're just going to, oh, look at that. Just gonna add a few of these flowers. I'm just kind of turning them anyway. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in our Night of Navy, and I'm going to stamp it with the second stamp. Oh, we love this. I want to really pay attention to how this pops. This is amazing. So you just kind of line it up. Look at that. Oh my goodness, isn't that beautiful? Just kind of line it up. And really, I don't want to jinx myself, but it's hard to mess this one up. Okay, we're going to line it up. I just have to show you how beautiful that is. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? We love this stamp set. Now, we are using this stamp set bundle on our May 9th video. You want to make sure and check that out because it is really cool, the technique that we're doing. Okay, and just line this up. Oh, I love that. I love these colors. And now we are going to do a little bit of green leaves. So we're going to bring in our garden green and our granny apple from our other set. So let's go ahead and bring in our granny apple and just get a few leaves going on. Look at that. And you can just put as many leaves and just turn your paper so you don't have to worry about it. It's kind of like creating your own background, except you're just doing this background to create your faux linen. Okay, let me see here. And remember what I said, the more you have on your paper, the really prettier it will be. Okay, get a few leaves here, and I think I'm just gonna put some just randomly down here. And now we're bringing in this other leaf stamp, and we're gonna do a little bit darker. Hey Sharon, hot air balloon, and one of the contestant groups is a women's group called the, oh, that's funny, derrieres. Oh, because it's the Dairy Festival. Now that sounds like fun too. I cannot wait to go back and read the comments and see what festivals y'all have, because really I want to go to some festivals. So now I'm just going to put some leaves right on the center and in some different places. Okay, let's see. I think we can put one here. There. Let's see. Oh my goodness, look how pretty that's looking. I think we need a little one right there. So I think I'll go ahead and do it in darker green. Oh yes, okay. Now remember, some of this will be tucked underneath. But just keep stamping until you just like, okay, I think I've done enough. And now we're going to bring in that speckled stamp, and we're going to bring in Calypso Coral. Let me see if I can find our Calypso Coral. I have that. Oh, there it is. I'm loving this. Okay, if you are loving this stamp set, type in the comments two-tone, because that's its name. Two-tone. Love this. Oh, look at that. So pretty. And we will show to YouTube, yes, they love this stamp set. Oh my goodness, look at that. You know, Maudie and I give our cards to the soldiers. And so, do you have other companies or organizations that you donate your cards to? We also, of course, give cards to the senior citizens. But what else is out there that we're not thinking about? Now, look at that. You love that? If you do, type two-tone in the comments. Let us know that you love it. Okay, now remember, when you start to use your glue, go ahead and bring in that whatever, this silicone mat, right? So now we're going to find the card. Okay, well, we're going to wait just a minute. I'm having a little trouble here finding it. I knew this would happen. Okay, so I have my card. Oh, there it is. I put it out of the way so I wouldn't get any glue on it. And now I'm just going to add my glue. Oh, yes, two-tone, yay. This is one of our favorite flowers. I am so happy that they didn't get rid of it. So remember, once again, if you wanted to use a sponge to put this on, you could, and you might want to if it was a different technique. But because this needs to be scrunched up, it doesn't matter. So now we get to scrunch it up. That's the fun part. Take all your anger out on this little piece of paper, this little tissue. Oh, that's wonderful. Children's Hospital. We hadn't thought about that. That's a great idea. Thank you for sharing that. And remember, don't get rid of all your little wrinkles. You want those wrinkles. And now we're just going to lay this down on our paper. And we're going to bring in our silicone mat because we don't want our fingers all sticky. And it's okay that it gets all crinkled, right? Just press it down. Oh, wow. Sharon, that's so nice. She teams up with some Mary Kay. Oh, that's wonderful. Now look at that. When you put the glue on there, it really brightens up this color, doesn't it? So remember, turn it over, miter those edges, and kind of be careful because you don't want to touch this because it's wet and it will bleed. So try not to touch it as much as possible. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to miter that edge. Miter this edge. Okay. And put that to the side. And now I'm going to lay down my silicone mat. Put my base card on it. Just push it down because you do not want to put this on paper, because it will grab it and it will tear your tissue paper. So go ahead and add your glue. And I can tell sis, it's working much better today. My fingers got all sticky the other day and it was ripping my tissue paper. It was going crazy. But I'm being very careful. And she said, well, try just to use one finger instead of everything. So I'm doing that. It's working out great, sis. Just a little bit of glue. Just fold it over. And now we're ready to fold it over. And really, isn't it about the colors that you choose? We are loving the new colors that Stampin' Up! Has. Now, if you're one of our customers and you did not get your catalog, let me know, because we want to make sure everyone has it. What do you think about that? Oh my goodness. Love this. Animal sanctuaries. Well, that's a great idea. Loving this. Loving this. So we decided, instead of using our Azure Afternoon, that we would bring in our Calypso Coral because it's a muted color, and I think that really adds to it. What do you think? Calypso Coral, you know, is a muted pumpkin pie, right? But it's so soft and it just is really a subtle orange. I love it. So let's go ahead and lay that down. Okay, now once again, bring in your silicone mat to push down on it. Bye, Patricia. Have a great night. Come back and watch the end. Okay, so here we go. We're going to lift up and look at that. Love those colors. Okay, now we want to go ahead and stamp a couple flowers right here. So let me open up. Where are our colors? We have our two-tone right there. I'm looking for our blues. It's probably right by me. And I just, oh, there they are. So we want to use our light one first. Just going to put the background of the light. And I think I'll put it up here. I'm going to bring in our Night of Navy. I am so excited to read about all the, trying to see if I got that. Let's see, all the festivals that I need to read about. I'm excited. And there we go. Now we're going to bring in some green leaves. I think I'm going to bring in these big green leaves and just kind of make it go up the front. Oh, look at that. That looks pretty. You still have plenty of room to write. But see how it just adds to the inside of your card? Look at that. Love that. Okay, so now we're getting close to the end where we are going to finish this card, and then we're going to show you two other cards that we have. So the magic word that we need everybody to put, if you're interested in being considered for this paper pumpkin kit, go ahead and start typing paper pumpkin. And we appreciate that, Melissa. Thank you so much. We appreciate your thumbs up underneath this video. That really helps us. And when you finish this video, tell your friend about us. We're working hard to grow our channel. What do you think about that? Oh my goodness, but we're not through, right? But go ahead, if you want to be considered for this paper pumpkin kit, go ahead and put in the chat room, paper pumpkin. And then when Maudie can randomly select, but not yes, I will say stop, and then she will randomly select. But now we need to go ahead and do our sentiment. So look at this. We've already stamped our sentiment. But my question to you is, do we put it on this azure afternoon? And I'm going to let everybody look at it. I'm going to get kind of close. Or do we put on the calypso? Let us know. What do you think we should do? The calypso or the blue? The azure afternoon. Remember, I told you I'm French. I wish I could speak French, right? Which color do you like the best? The calypso or the azure afternoon? So we're going to go ahead and let you take just a moment and decide. We see a lot of paper pumpkins. I'm so glad that y'all want to consider the paper pumpkin. Hey, it's a free kit. And we will actually get it mailed to you tomorrow. And make sure that you check out our video because we have lots of alternatives. And you really don't have to add much to those alternatives to create beautiful cards. It is such a beautiful set. Okay, so stop with the pumpkin pie. We're going to stop. Maudie's going to select, randomly select, and she's going to put the winner in the chat room. So we are seeing people that say no to the calypso. You know what? I think you're absolutely right. I think that blue, wow, pops. Okay, so let me go back. And I'm going to add some dimensionals. And let's see, let's just get this added. And remember, I have 2 more cards to show you. I mean, if you don't want to create this wonderful set after you see this video, well, I don't know what else I could do except stand on my head maybe. I love this faux linen. It is so pretty. And if you are new to us, please put new in the chat room or below the video, because we love to honor our new people. Now, because we already have this lifted up, hey, the winner is Carol Schaefer. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna send some applause. And Monty told me my applause was too loud, so I'm gonna go, I went ahead and I brought in another one that's not so loud. Let me know if it's okay. How was that, sis? Is that better? Congrats, Carol. Okay, so I'm gonna lay this flat because we already have it up on dimensionals. So let's just get a little bit of glue. Now remember, you're laying it down on that tissue, so be careful. Decide where you want it before you lay it down. You don't want to be tearing your tissue. Okay. Now I'm gonna go in just a little bit. Oh my goodness. Look at those cards. See, come in. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna get rid of me. Let's see, let's get rid of that. Which of the 2 cards that we made tonight are your favorite? We want you to take a moment and let us know. Leave a comment. Take a moment, leave a comment. Which is your favorite? But wait, there's more. Now, here's the one that I told you about. Remember, we stamped this in the black memento. And I think it looks a little harsh compared to this one. What do you think? I think it looks a little harsh. So I like this one where it's stamped in the pumpkin pie. And then look at this one. We use coral, Calypso coral as the card, and we use blue. And I really think it's too much blue. I think that Calypso coral is really pretty. So, take a moment, let us know if you were watching the rebroadcast. We appreciate you stopping by so much. We love our crafting friends and just really appreciate you. So let me just see here. I'm gonna push that over. Oh my goodness, well, friends, thank you so much for spending your night with us. We hope that you love this technique as much as we do. This faux linen is so easy, but yet it's fun. It's kind of a little bit of craft therapy. You can just get lost in creating these cards. And we saw so many comments about all the different places that you could send your cards to spread some cheer for everyone. Well, Monty and I want you to go out and have a fantastic day. We just appreciate you so much, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.